I'm Roberto Polesel, CEO of Euclid Labs, and today I'm speaking with an old friend, previously in KUKA, but I let him introduce himself.
Thank you very much, Roberto. I'm very proud to be here. Yes, as you said, we are almost since 20 years friends, and we did a lot of very interesting projects in the past together in robotics in several applications. My name is Frank Petrolli. I'm proud to represent Hyundai Robotics for Europe as the sales manager and VP for business development, and being here in this nice place in region of Treviso.
So this is the first time I have the chance to make one of these interview about the future of robotics in person at a safe distance. I think we are all vaccinated anyway.
Absolutely.
And all really waiting the end of this crisis so we can travel and meet a lot of old friends. I have a few questions about the future of robotics. The first one is, do you see a potential development of expansion of Hyundai robots in Europe? Today they are underrepresented as compared to the rest of the world.
Sure, absolutely. We are here to grow the market all over Europe. And as we are today in Italy, I can tell you we are very excited what we already do with our partner network here in Italy, especially in the northern regions of Italy. So you must know that we already started our activities more than 6 years ago. Just a couple of months, we are officially decided to do a higher investment into the European market, opened our brand office in Munich or close to Munich, and having a showroom, having people employed. That includes me. You see, I'm the first European between the Asian colleagues who entered the business, and I think this shows the evidence that we made our homework and that we see a real big growth potential in the European market also for our brand.
Do you expect in the next 5 years competition from new countries? There are a lot of Chinese manufacturer robots today. Do you think they can enter to the European market?
Well, unfortunately, or let's say, competition is good for us. Competition is very good for our customers.
Yeah, for them for sure.
So at least, first of all, one would say quality and the understanding to deliver the best solution. This is the most important. So I'm not that much afraid if there's additional competition is coming
I don't think they can enter exactly your place. I was only asking if you expect them to try to expand here or more conquer their own country.
Absolutely. No. I'm absolutely expecting when it's precisely asked for Chinese competition, it's very clear that we expect more competition from Chinese robot manufacturers as well. Also, we have seen that there's a lot of collaboration with Chinese and European companies, but I think this is a healthy competition anyway. So also we as Hyundai, we are created our home base now here in Europe, and we are collaborating also as an Asian company with several integrators and resellers all over Europe. So this is the normal thing, and at the end, the competition or the customer will decide what is the best for him. And I tell you, we are prepared for any kind of competition. But yes, China is very strong.
My point is more because I have been going up and down China for years. We have a base there, a partner there with Eastern Automation also making robots. But I'm always surprised that I think every travel I got, there were one more manufacturer. Okay, and I was wondering what you expect the space to be for robotics, because the number of car manufacturers in practice is reducing. They are merging. It's like robot is kind of spreading. Okay, robotics probably it's not a replacement market, it's a growing market. Yes. But the number of new actors always surprise me. It's not so simple to make a reliable, easy to use industrial robot. It's not an easy task.
Well, let's phrase it in a different way. I'm still very positive about what's coming up also from China, for example. And I tell you why. Because in almost every industry, if you look in the old industries like machine tools or die casting or injection molding, there's always new machine OEMs, which at the end robot manufacturers are, machine OEMs, are coming up. And you have seen over decades that independent where this company is coming from, they're coming with new technologies, they're coming with new ideas.
New blood for the.
This is kind of a new blood that drives the competition, that drives the technology, and at the end you will see innovation. So I think the bad news for all companies all over Europe, potentially also the rest of Asia, will be that it's not necessarily that the today existing companies will be the ones who will survive.
Yeah.
It will be the ones who are for sure have the better potential when it's going to the finance side, but also for the technology, getting more trust from the customers, or at the end, like always, offering the best value proposition to the customers. And again, so I've made a short exercise working also in this famous additive manufacturing industry for a couple of years now for HP, which is a very well-known brand. And you see, especially also in additive manufacturing,
that's an even more crowded place.
Yeah, but it's the same thing what's going up 15 years in robotics now, but also there's meanwhile established companies, new ones coming, new ones are fighting versus the established ones, and it's always going into this ones, and it's always going into this kind of competition, consolidation, and but anyway, I think we are here as you and I also in the right time in the European, in the global market, and we have found our place. And yes, let's expect the best.
Hyundai has its own cobots, cooperating robots. I'm during the last Automatica trade show that we hope another one will came. Okay,
sure.
I was asked, why don't you believe in cobots? It's a nice question because they didn't ask me why do you do not have a strategy for cobots, for example, or why do you use so little cobots in your examples? But they asked me, why don't you believe in cobots? And the point is that, in fact, I don't think the idea that cobots are competing with the industrial robots for manufacturing industry is a good idea. But I'm a minority at the moment. A lot of people selling cobots are pushing a lot of them as a way to increase efficiency of the manufacturing industry. Okay, I am biased for this because we sell software to completely automate processes. So you do not want any human cooperation. You want the robot to do the job.
Right.
So I may be, I am betting against this idea a little. Maybe I'm betting all the money I have against this idea. So I'm biased in the opinion. But I'm curious, what do you expect this market to expand and how you think it will grow? Because it's also clearly an undeveloped market. Universal Robot has 50% of the market. This is a sign that something is not yet at the point where it should be.
Absolutely. Well, it's a very good question, and I expected that we have to talk about cobots. And one thing I would like to say in advance, even if Roberto and I, we did a lot of very interesting, and I would like to say even crazy projects in the past. No one was believing that it is ever be executable with robots or automation. And I hope that we continue being friends because I have a little bit the opposite opinion. And I'm still a religion. And this is exactly what we'll figure out. I want to say, you brought up one important topic when you talk about cobots. You said it is, what I understand, it's not that it should replace the industrial robots. And
I think they are a solution looking for a problem.
Yeah, and listen, no, I think it's very clear, and I'm also struggling with what's going on. I was a few years now in additive manufacturing, lost a little bit the view to robotics, but going back, I was really surprised what messages going around, what cobots mean in the industry, and very especially in the established industry. And to be honest, it drives me a little bit angry even, because the discussions give a very bad view to cobots, and also how the promotion is done through not the users, but to the manufacturers. Let's first of all clarify one thing. A cobot, the name in cobot, means not that it's cooperating, but it means that it's collaborating. And cooperating means what we are doing since decades with robots, having kind of fences, but light fences, for example, where you enter, where a robot can get reduced speed, stop, and you can manipulate something on the gripper as the operator, and then you step out and the system will be restarted, for example. That's my understanding. Collaborating means really that you and I, including a robot, for example, a workpiece where we take the strength of a robot, for example, repetitiveness and accuracy, to to assemble something while we are working together on the same work piece, for example. And I think all cobot applications I see today, that they are used like an industrial robot, making stupid manipulation, putting something from A to B, where you do not really use the integrated sensoric, where you don't need even the easy to use, because he's doing one workpiece 24/7. And I think it's really where I had to touch my own nose, we say in Germany.
Okay.
Let's rethink what robots in the industrial environment and cobots really are. So cobots can help us
Let's
enter.
look, as a last point, let's look at this case. Someone used a cobot to do a task which was easy with any industrial robot.
Absolutely.
Why they did it?
And this is where we are
Because
together.
now cobots are more expensive than robots.
Oh, that's clear. That's why I started with this extension of cooperation or collaboration. I think it's a pity that we and others are showing to the customers not the real advantage of cobots, or even sometimes I see the wrong messages in the market. So to replace an existing industrial installation by a cobot is, in my opinion, wrong. We, and I also look especially at you, which is also doing the integration part, we should really focus on identifying works which are not covered even by industrial robots today, because it's for certain
different
reasons.
than larger market. Larger meaning beyond the actual limit of robotics. I just see how difficult it has been along years to find this kind of application numbers.
No, it's not true. It's not
you expect
true.
this to be a large number?
No, it is, and I worked very close in one of my former companies with the cobot,
which is KUKA, by the way.
Which is KUKA,
okay,
yes.
There is no secret.
But
at that time, okay, and you are speaking also about KUKA, which is
which is a real cobot in my opinion.
It's also full of features, let's say, advanced
exactly.
version.
But again, even if I'm representing Hyundai, we have to be very honest in this with the market and with the customers. So today there's companies who claim that they are selling cobots, which is for them equal to have a robot which is easy to program. But in my opinion, is not even going with the performance level D in the right way.
Okay.
And is even not really offering the advantage of using a robot in a field which is undiscovered today, where it really can be used. Think about now the situation we have today with COVID and so on, where you cannot even go into productions and all this, or where you really have to start collaboration between humans and robots. So we have to stop trying selling cobots in the field of industry, where standard robots, maybe with a part of a sensitive skin, already easy to program with tools, for example, you are offering, by the way, can be easy integrated for a very competitive price. But let's start, and this is what I did in my earlier life also, that we found customers who are willing to start completely clustering their productions in a new way to figure out where is it cooperative or collaborative robots, and then they see, oh, that's great, now we identified, and believe me,
I think honestly,
I can be here, and there's
perfectly
a huge
agree.
growth potential. For
exactly. The difference between our opinion is the size of that market, not that this is the path. I think we have the same path for dead robots in front, but I just don't see the size of the market increasing so quickly.
We have to stop selling freezers to Alaska.
Okay. Where the climate change may make it necessary. Okay. Thanks a lot. It was great to speak with you in a formal way sometimes.
Yes.
And it is also an interview I would like to make again in 1 year and see if something has changed.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Thank you very much, Roberto, after a long time, especially having started this discussion, and I hope together we and the whole industry will offer the right solutions for the customers in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.